You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 4th of December. Indian Parliament witnesses ruckus over Adani indictment, farmers' issues. China becomes Pakistan's largest creditor with $29 billion loans. And Nepal-China signs revised BRI Cooperation Framework. And now for all the details. The 7th day of the winter session of the Parliament saw protest yet again by the India bloc MPs on Wednesday over the Adani indictment. The lawmakers raised slogans and banners to demand for a joint parliamentary committee probe into the US bribery allegations against the Adani group. The opposition lawmakers also staged a brief walkout in the upper house Rajya Sabha, protesting against the government for not fulfilling the promise to farmers of increasing the minimum support price for various crops. Parliament proceedings have witnessed disruptions over the issue since the beginning of the winter session on 25th of November. Earlier in the day, Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi and Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and several other opposition MPs headed to visit violence-hit Sambhal. However, they were stopped by police officials near the Ghazipur border. The UK government on Wednesday issued a warning to its citizens about the heightened risk of terrorism in Bangladesh, stating that terrorists are likely to try to carry out attacks in the country which could be indiscriminate and target areas frequented by foreign nationals. British MPs have also raised concern over the attacks on the Hindu community in Bangladesh and the arrest of religious leaders, calling the degree of escalation in the violence deeply concerning. Meanwhile, Bangladesh on Tuesday summoned Indian envoy to Dhaka, Pranay Verma, hours after closing its visa and consular office in Tripura following a security breach incident. New Delhi has condemned the breach incident. Tensions between both countries are high amid violence against Hindus and other minorities in Bangladesh. Speaking to reporters, Verma said that India and Bangladesh have a wide-ranging and multifaceted relationship that cannot be reduced to one issue. He also said India wants to build a constant, stable and constructive relationship with Bangladesh. Meanwhile, a man opened fire at former Deputy Chief Minister of India's Punjab state while he was serving his penance at the entrance of the Golden Temple, the holiest shrine of Sikhs, for religious misconduct during his tenure from 2007 to 2017. The attacker was overpowered by people on the spot and caught. No one was injured in the incident. Badal has to wash utensils, clean shoes and bathrooms and also serve as guard at the Golden Temple as part of his punishment.
ਸਾਡੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਲਰਟਨੈਸ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡਿਪਲੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਟੈਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਅਟੈਕ ਦੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫਾਇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੁਲਾਜ਼ਮ ਰਿਸ਼ਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਸਬੀਰ ਤੇ ਪਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਇਹ ਤਿੰਨ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਅਲਰਟਨੈਸ ਦਾ ਸਬੂਤ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਅਟੈਂਪਟ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫਾਇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਇਹ ਚ ਨਰਾਇਣ ਸਿੰਘ ਚੌੜਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ।
Moving on. China has emerged as Pakistan's largest creditor with 22% or $28.8 billion of the country's total external debt, according to the World Bank's International Debt Report. Saudi Arabia was the second largest bilateral lender to Pakistan with $9.16 billion or 7% of the total debt. The report highlights that Pakistan's total external debt, including loans from the IMF, reached $130.85 billion in 2023. The report also indicates a significant strain on Pakistan's fiscal position. It also mentions that Pakistan, along with Egypt and Ukraine, had significantly increased its repurchases from the IMF in 2023. The economic crisis has continued to strain businesses and citizens in Pakistan who have suffered from steep and sudden increases in electricity tariffs following energy sector reforms suggested by the International Monetary Fund. And persistent power outages in PoJK are plunging residents into darkness quite literally. The much-hyped Neelum-Jhelum hydropower project, once seen as a beacon of hope, lies in ruins due to alleged corruption and mismanagement. A report.
Residents in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir are enduring severe hardships as persistent power outages grip the region. Despite the ambitious Neelum-Jhelum hydropower project being touted as a game changer, it remains non-functional due to structural failures and allegations of corruption. The electricity crisis has far-reaching consequences, disrupting economic activities, education, and healthcare services. The region generates only 1200 to 1400 kilowatts of electricity, significantly below the required 3100 kilowatts, leaving many struggling, especially during the harsh winter months.
जेलम प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो पिछले 2-3 साल से बंद पड़ा है। टनल बैठ गया है। टनल बैठने की बुनियादी वजह यही हुई है। अभी इसमें देखें ये मुलव्वस हैं, वाला हुकाम जो है ये इसके अंदर मुलव्वस हैं। हुकूमत को चाहिए कि इसकी आला सतह जुडिशरी इंक्वायरी करवाए। जुडिशरी इंक्वायरी करवाने के बाद ये चीज़ देखें कि एनओसी किसने जारी की थी और कंपनी जो है ना वो इस वक्त इस टनल को बहुत वापस पैसे ले गए, सारे फंडिंग इसकी हो गई। अब टनल बैठ चुका है। ये लॉस किसको हो रहा है? कौमी खजाने को हो रहा है। बर्दाश्त अवाम गरीब अवाम कर रही है, लोगों को इसकी हुकूमत को, मौजूदा हुकूमत को सख्त तरीन तहकीकात करनी चाहिए और जो लोग इसमें मुलव्वस हैं उनके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई हो।
The failures in infrastructure and governance have fueled widespread frustration among residents, with growing demands for systematic reforms to end the cycles of poverty and neglect in PoJK.
Moving on. Nepal and China on Wednesday officially signed the BRI Cooperation Framework during Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's visit to China. This development further advances Nepal's involvement in BRI, a program China proposed and Nepal initially signed in 2017. The signing was delayed on Tuesday due to disagreements over terminology to be used in the draft. This agreement marks a significant step in Nepal-China relations. BRI is a major program introduced by Chinese President Xi Jinping. China is luring Nepal into BRI with promises of infrastructure and economic benefits, deepening bilateral ties. India views this as a strategic move by China to increase its influence in Nepal, potentially threatening regional stability and India's security interests. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.